Good afternoon. COVID cases that are being fueled by the Delta variant are causing a spike in cases throughout our region. We've been seeing 3,000 to 4,000 cases every day. To put that in some perspective, it was only mid-June when we were seeing 200 cases a day. This is being fueled because too many people are simply refusing to take the vaccine. We've all heard the excuses. There are conspiracy theories out there. The vaccines aren't safe. We know those things aren't true. There is prevalent information that underscores that those things aren't true. The failure to take the vaccine now is breathtakingly irresponsible, and it's hurting all of us. Vaccines are widely available. They're free. Just in the last 24 hours, the governor announced yet another program to provide cash to people as an incentive just to do the right thing. In the meantime, those of us who got the vaccine did it because it wasn't just the right thing, it was the necessary thing for us to be doing now. The necessary thing to protect our loved ones and our families and our neighbors, as well as ourselves. We should be through with the virus. But instead, because of the astonishing negligence of far too many, we face the prospect of yet another economic shutdown, the prospect that schools might not be able to stay open unless we tamp down the virus right now. We cannot let this go on. So I'm here today to urge officials at every level of government to take firm, specific action when it comes to vaccination mandates. First, throughout Los Angeles County, throughout the county, we should be requiring proof of vaccination to enter what I call optional locations that are not necessary, but nonetheless are popular. Restaurants, bars, gyms, performance venues from like theaters and other major events. Should be very clear. No shots, no admission. Next, we should be requiring that every public employee be fully vaccinated. Every public employee be fully vaccinated. No shots, no ability to have a job that serves the public. And there's something else. At the federal level, we should be requiring that all passengers traveling by plane be fully vaccinated. No shots, no flights. Now, I know that people think that these are controversial ideas in many circles. It was pointed out to me just last week as I was speaking on one of the news shows. The anchor indicated that they were looking at our social media feeds, and there was controversy being generated by people who strongly disagreed with proposals like these. And I will say this. Of course, these are controversial proposals because we do have so many people who have yet to take the responsible step of being vaccinated. But in times of crisis, leaders lead. We cannot continue to be in this situation where people who are fully vaccinated now confront the possibility of breakthrough COVID. And for the rest of us, hospitals that are again coming close to being full to capacity because of breakthrough of the new Delta variant. And of course, the economic consequences if we were to require our society to be shut down again. This is a precious moment for us, and we should not squander it. In this precious moment, the least any of us can do to protect our communities and ourselves is to get a shot. And I will say that for those who irresponsibly fail to take that necessary common sense step, that they should not be able to take full advantage of all the privileges that society has to offer until they take the action necessary to stop endangering everyone else. So I'm happy to take questions, but these three important steps are, at this moment in our society's history, crucial to take. County-wide vaccination mandates for places like restaurants and bars and theaters and other performance venues and gyms. every public employee should get fully vaccinated, and travelers on airplanes should be required to show proof of vaccination before they're allowed to board those flights. Happy to take questions if there are any.
You want to use Spanish?
I don't, not at this moment.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm happy to take questions. You have the floor.
City Council's motion being voted on tomorrow lists retail establishments as a category of places people will need a vaccine to go to under the potential ordinance. Do you expect this to include grocery stores and pharmacies?
So I don't know what the council is going to decide it wants to do as a matter of its policy prerogative. I've indicated what I think the appropriate approach would be, which is a county-wide approach that would pertain to the locations that I just mentioned. We'll see what happens at the City Council tomorrow and in the days ahead. Other questions?
Go ahead.
I'll wait for the Spanish. Are you going to have maybe later on?
No, you know what?
No,
we'll get back to you.
Yeah, I'll do that separately with you later. So, yeah.
You have no other questions? Okay. So we have a question from Claudia KNX. In talking about vaccine mandates, are you speaking as a mayoral candidate or as LA City Attorney? If it's the latter, can you walk you through why you believe local leaders are legally authorized to issue the sorts of mandates you're proposing?
Thank you, Claudia. Good to hear from you. I'm speaking here in City Hall as the city attorney of Los Angeles. And now the question is, why do I think that these are lawful steps to take? Well, I can tell you the Department of Justice has opined that when it comes to public employees, imposing a vaccination mandate is indeed appropriate and lawful to do. When it comes to requiring that all passengers on airplanes be required to be vaccinated, I can say this, that I know of no legal reason that would preclude that being the law of the land. And I would point out that just in the past couple days, a member of Congress, a federal official who's from New York, has proposed this very legislation. It could happen through presidential mandate, through the administration, or it could happen through congressional action. And when it comes to the question locally of a vaccination mandate for restaurants and bars and such, in a health emergency, I have very little doubt that this vaccination mandate would be upheld by any court. I would say particularly when it comes to locations that I've mentioned, which are locations that, as I said, are popular locations, but they are popular, but they are not necessary locations, and I have little doubt that would be upheld by any court. Rob, other questions?
No.
Okay, we'll do Spanish in a second.
Okay. All right.
All right, thank you very much.